Okay, sir. Sir, thank you everyone. I am Dr. Ravishankar K. I have done my master's and doctorate from the University of Hyderabad. I have worked for Christ University and I also worked in Andhra Pradesh Central Tribal University as a civil service trainer. So I have worked for many years as assistant professor as well as civil service trainer at different institutes in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana as well as Karnataka. So after working many years, I realized to start a school in my own native district. Why the idea of starting a school means, since I have worked for many years at higher education institutions, throughout my experience, I have found a gap in the education system. The institutions where I worked are two different kinds. I have worked for many years in Andhra Pradesh Residential Degree College, where people from remote area used to come there and study. And at the same time, as a faculty, as assistant professor, when I worked in Bangalore, there I used to come across people from very posh section. There I have, when I compared both the society, people from different societies, one from the remote area, one from very metropolitan area, I have found two different things. The students, particularly the students from rural background, when I used to teach in Nagarjuna Sagar, there the people are very strong in their subject, but they were lacking in language. They were not in a position to communicate properly in English. But exactly opposite thing I faced when I went to Bangalore. There the people, even though they are not that strong in subject, I am not generalizing this topic. Mostly I found that. But they are very good and they are very well versed in communicating and introducing themselves. Then I had an idea. What is the problem? The problem is proper schooling education is not given to the remote areas or even this small towns or small districts levels, I feel. So I made myself to fill the gap in the education system by establishing a school in my native area. Gap means to provide basic education as well as communication skills both. So my main agenda to start school here is to not about giving over stress to students. Without stress, I should inculcate interest in the students. In a friendly environment, students should be in a position to learn. First, my main focus is not about exaggerating the things about this NEET, JEE at school level and all. My main target is, I have focused on three aspects. First is reading, writing and communicating. I am not here to speak about, or I am not here to guarantee the parents about the marks in this state board exams or central board exams. My main target is to give knowledge. I strongly believe those who have knowledge, they can easily score marks. But those who have marks, very good marks, we cannot assume that they have knowledge. So here my target is that don't focus on marks. First make them to read and write and speak about their subject. Main agenda. And coming to this classroom environment, I have instructed my teachers at the very beginning. While recruiting them, I have told them, you might have seen different schools and you have worked for different institutions, there may be different culture, means teaching culture. Here I am going to implement the new teaching culture, that is primarily the classroom environment should be very dynamic. It means there should not be monotonous lecture. In a classroom there should not be a monotonous lecture. Classroom should always be a dialogue process, dialogue based lecturing. If a teacher first poses a question to a student, then automatically student will come forward and he will actively involve in the teaching. If students are hesitating, as students are afraid of asking questions, I will ask my teachers to pose the question and gift them either through chocolate or anything which will impress them or which will make them to ask questions. So through questioning only we will learn. And another thing, I have also asked my teachers, don't say that is right or that is wrong, because there are different perspectives. We should allow different perspectives from the students, because teacher perspective thinks that if she asks a question, she or he thinks that for that particular question this may be the answer. But from the point of student, if we see, his understanding or his intention may be different. If you think there is Saptamangi Naya theory, means nothing is wrong and there are many versions, there are many different versions for each point. So each and every aspect is right. If you get multiple answers, instead of telling them that this is wrong, why don't you explain, for your point this is the answer, for this question your point is right, for this question your point is right. So instead of discouraging students telling that this is right, this is wrong, if you encourage them, very good answer, even though if it is not exactly suiting to the question, very good answer, but that answer will suit in this circumstance. Like that, I ask my teachers to encourage students to have more interaction based classroom. Another thing, we see many people, graduated students, when they go out, they are not in a position to introduce themselves. So keeping that also in mind, I have introduced new concept from the 4th standard onwards in my school. From 4th standard, each student has to give one assignment, teaching assignment. Actually, it happens in higher education institutions where seminars or this PowerPoint presentation will be there as a part of their internal exams. I thought, why should not we introduce that concept at school level? If we make a child to speak in front of their friends, he will automatically express or he will automatically speak freely in society when he inculcates that habit from school level. These are the main agendas with which I had a plan to start school. When I expressed these ideas with my chairman sir, Sudhakar sir, he came forward. He expressed his interest. Very new concept sir. Let us go forward in this vision and let us establish a school that will address the gaps in the current schooling system. So with all the cooperation from our Sudhakar sir, I have started a school. I hope this will carry forward in long future, and to our interest, our principals are also, principal madam, she used to work in Hyderabad Vignan schools. In Hyderabad Vignan school, main branch Nijampet, she used to work as a social science teacher. Then I asked her, I requested her to come and take as a principal in our school. She because she expressed that why should we come all the way from Hyderabad to Kadapa and relocate ourselves in Kadapa, because many people expect and many people wish to move to metropolitan cities. But here in our case you are asking us to move from metropolitan city to town. But initially, somehow I convinced her. She has taken a charge, and I openly tell, I even didn't expect that her performance will be that much. More than my expectations, more than our chairman's expectations, she is fulfilling her duty in all terms.
Thank you so much, sir.
This is about our school, sir. If you are here to ask something, I am ready to answer. Please, sir, chairman, sir, please.
చాలా థ్యాంక్స్ అండి. అట్లే మమ్మల్ని నమ్మి ఇంతమంది స్టూడెంట్స్ను కొత్తగా మేము పాఠశాల స్థాపించిన ఇంతమంది వచ్చిన స్టూడెంట్స్ పేరెంట్స్ అందరికీ చాలా ధన్యవాదాలండి. జ్ఞాన విహార్ స్కూల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ విత్ మోరల్ వాల్యూస్. సార్, నేటి తరంలో బాలలకు గురువుల మీద గౌరవం, తల్లిదండ్రుల మీద ప్రేమ, దైవం అంటే నమ్మకం, సొసైటీలో ఎలా సస్టైన్ అవ్వాలో నేర్పించడమే మా బాధ్యతగా తీసుకున్నాం సార్. ఈ మోరల్ వాల్యూస్ ఈ తరం బాలలకు వాళ్ళ రేపటి భవిష్యత్తుకు అద్భుతంగా తీర్చిదిద్దేటట్టుగా మేము మా శాయశక్తిలో ప్రయత్నిస్తాం. మమ్మల్ని నమ్మి ముందుకు వచ్చిన వాళ్ళందరికీ చాలా ధన్యవాదాలు సార్. ముఖ్యంగా కొత్తగా స్థాపించిన చాలామంది ధైర్యం చేసి మా స్కూల్కి పంపించిన పేరెంట్స్ అందరికీ పేరున ధన్యవాదాలు సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. సార్, మహావీర్ సర్కిల్, కలెక్టర్ బంగ్లా ఆపోజిట్, ఎర్రముక్కపల్లి టువర్డ్స్ రైల్వే స్టేషన్ రోడ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
Everyone, myself Suvarna. I am the principal of GNAN VIHAR School. Actually, my work experience is I am working in Bangalore as an economics lecturer in Diamond Group of Institutions. Later, I moved to Hyderabad. Then I am working as a social science teacher for 9th and 10th grade in Vignan Schools, Hyderabad, Nijampet main branch. Later, sir requested to come and join in GNAN VIHAR School as a principal. I have some of the new innovative methods to introduce in school education. That is, one is public speaking and guest lectures for the children to inspire in different aspects. Actually, whatever the guest lectures we are providing for the children from the professors, and even we are providing guest lectures through IAS and IPLs for civil servants, because child can easily understand and see nearby whatever the communication for the children from the guest, whatever the seminar interaction, then they can know about how to. It is not very tough. It is very easy to become either a civil servant or professor, whatever it may be. Children has to understand the relation of the professor or civil servant, how to know about the according to. Actually, in a society, many children, they will feel that we have to become a civil servant, but it is very tough. It is not tough. They can easily do that particular aim, whatever the goal, through the public speaking and guest lectures, whatever the motivation we are going to provide from GNAN VIHAR School. That is the best system to implement in the school education system. Thank you so much for giving me opportunity.
Welcome to GNAN VIHAR English Medium School, Kadapa. This is Kashyap, the Vice Principal of GNAN VIHAR School. We are proudly announcing the grand inauguration of our school today, that is very nearby to all the people of Kadapa. We are providing the basic education with a great motto of education with values. Today, the society is very much required to the values that which people and students are very much needed. So we are proudly announcing that we are providing the top class infrastructure including computer labs, science labs, library facility to all the students with experienced well faculty. We are also providing AC residential campus for the non-local people. So I request all the students and teachers and parents to visit the campus. Once you visit the campus, the success journey of your students begins from there. So I wholeheartedly welcoming all of you to visit the campus and to see all the infrastructure and all the facilities. Ensure the safety and security of your children and get them admitted in our school. We are very much committed to provide the best education to the children, not only in the words, we will definitely show that in the actions. Thank you.
GNAN VIHAR School beside Mahaveer Circle, Station Road, Kadapa. I am teaching biology as my subject. Here is the science lab. Now let's discuss about the individuality and specialty of our school. And here the motive of our school is to study the science, biology and every subject into life. Because today's students are the tomorrow's citizens and tomorrow's scientists, doctors, and our motive is to inculcate the scientific knowledge together in our study curriculum. So let me discuss about the different things. Here is the photosynthesis. Here from the 6th standard people will understand what is the role of how the food is prepared and how plants perform their role. Here it is the photosynthesis. Next comes, here is the human body and here it is describing the respiratory system. Yes, coming to here, it's anatomy class completely. How the bones are formed, how human body is formed, how the feet and legs and bones are together formed. Here by viewing this we will teach our students effectively so that we will create interest in our subject biological sciences. Coming to here, this chart tells about the human eye. It describes how the nerves and what is the mechanism, how we can see our light during the during sunlight and during darkness. Here coming to the chemistry part, this is a periodic table. It tells about all the elements. This is a basic, all the students from the 6th standard has to know in order to perform every chemical reactions and to understand what is happening around us. Coming to this is the chart of the India. This is very important for us to know where we are living and what is the climatic conditions and what is going on in the world. Global map of world map. This describes about the different continents, water bodies and land masses. This is again the Indian masses. Here we are describing about the land area. This is the chart of Andhra Pradesh which describes about the pilgrimage images and all the biodiversity aspects is covered under here. This is a 3D image of the world map through which we can point out the latitudes, longitudes and we can look at the exact area of the world. Here we have the speciality. Now I am telling you that we are going to take our students into the basic microscope that GNAN VIHAR School is providing for the students in order to study at microscopic level. Here we can visualize the cells, basic cells, how the cells are formed in onion for example. That is a live example I can tell you, and we can using this we can see the microscopic starch components which we see in our textbook activities. Here is the convex and concave mirrors. This is a physics. This is helpful in the physics to study the reflection and refraction experiment. These are the magnets, different types of magnets which is used in the physics study. This is where we will heat with the help of a Bunsen burner and we keep our slides and we perform our experiments. This is a sandal holder. These are the different types of lenses that we use for the microscope and we use for our experiments. This is a pH indicator where we are going to teach the students the bases, acids and different, how if we add a different solution, how we can we can identify whether it is a base or acid or neutral solutions. Here in GNAN VIHAR school, we are going to teach every subject in a live using the digital technology. Together with the live examples, the students come to get the live knowledge instead of reading the textbook and understanding. And we practically prove the students how to, we design the students' mind in such a way that how to obtain knowledge through practical way and think behind the border of the textbooks, think behind the textbooks. And here we have a computer laboratory and we have all the technologies required for the students to grow themselves and excel in their education. Apart when compared to the other schools in Andhra Pradesh and India. NEET and civils oriented education to all the students in our school. That is the specialty of our school. Thank you.